Hey guys, today I will be showing you how to how to order the parts, how to not assemble, but you ordering the parts basically for this gaming PC under 800 quid, under 700 quid in fact, that can play BF3 above 60 frames per second or at 60. Guaranteed every game at 60 except for ones like Max Payne, which I don't know about them, but at least you get 40 on them. So as you can see here, I've got a big list of these parts and pieces and components for a computer. Now this is everything that I have assembled for the ultimate gaming experience, but with quite a cheap price. As you can see, £644, which is a very impressive price for such a good machine. Now I'm going to be talking about each part as I go down. The GTX 660 Ti, that is a really good card. At the moment it doubles the performance of my card, the 560 Ti, which is really impressive because it's in the new architecture from Nvidia Kepler, and as you can see it has all these extra features. GPU boost, which I do not have. Kepler architecture I don't have. PCI Express 3.0, now that's a new feature that delivers even more performance, takes more gigabits per second out of the card, you could say, and delivers much more performance to what you need it to do. And the new series of the new line of graphics cards has more. They're chucking out 1 GB now frame buffers. They want to go 2 GB onwards, and they want the top of the top. And I don't know, I found this for £225. You can find other ones like EVGA for like 230, but I decided to go with the cheapest one I can find, which is this, but it's still good. The Cooler Master Elite mid-tower case. This is really good for if you want to, you know, like space. If your space, if you like, if you want a computer in a cramped up space that you can game with, not too big, not too small, you know what I mean. This is the case for you. It's very nice. 36 quid, good deal. You gotta remember, Blu-ray. I have not added Blu-ray to this because I don't really watch Blu-ray movies that much. I just watch normal CD movies. But moving on, the LG SATA DVD drive, Bare Black, which is good. Your standard DVD drive. It's what you need to install games with, you know, the CDs and stuff. You can still watch stuff on it, I guess. And a Zalman 80mm silent case fan. You can put this on the side, the back, wherever you want. You can purchase multiple versions of these if you want it, and it's for like 5 quid, really. Which it is what it is. The Seagate Barricade 500 GB 720 RPM hard drive. This is going on for £43. I decided to chuck a 500 GB hard drive in there because, you know what, pretty cheap, they're goods. They can get the job done, I guess. Now moving on to the processor. This is the new line of the 3rd generation. It's the 3rd generation Intel processors. These are really good. Hyper-threading, everything that you would need. The i5 3450, which is good. I didn't want to go into too much money with, like, I mean, you could spend 20 more quid if you want on the i5 3750K if you wanted to, but this is good enough. If you don't want to overclock, you can play everything, you know what I mean. It does the job that a CPU needs to do in the top end. The Corsair 8GB memory. I was thinking about this, I looked at it. The last time I saw it, it was like 80 quid. I mean, that was like a year ago. I was going, no, I don't want to buy this. Now I really want to buy it because it's 34 quid. And I was going like, oh no, I bought this RAM and this RAM and the wrong RAM, and yeah, I just start going crazy. But this is just 8GB RAM. It will last you for quite a long time. So will that 660. Son of a beast. That one is. I'm just really quite annoyed that when I bought a 560 Ti, that the next series just came out and completely pwned it. Just owned it. Now talking about the motherboard. This motherboard is a micro ATX motherboard. I wanted to put a cheap motherboard, but a good motherboard in it. This motherboard can only support just one card, as you can notice here. If you want any of the details about this motherboard, just go down and... oh shit, there is no specification place on this page. But it's a good motherboard. It supports PCI 3.0, which is needed for the 660. If you want to get the full performance out of the new cards, then you're gonna have to go PCI 3.0. And I think for the next couple of years, PCI 3.0 will be the sweet spot for motherboards. But I've got PCI 2.0 at this moment, so I'm kind of thinking about if I should change my motherboard or not. And I might get this one, never know. It supports new end processors as well. It's only got 2 RAM slots, so you could put an 8 and an 8 in if you wanted to. It all comes down depending to your choice, but I just put a couple of things together and decided to make this awesome rig. Now SSD. Now this is really needed for if you're not patient. If you're not patient, just get this. Is an SSD. This is solid state drive. This is a 120 gigabyte one, though, you have to remember. So you can install a couple of games on there, you know, make it as your boot drive. It runs everything really fast. 11-second boot, I think, compared to the 1-minute boot or the 50-second boot from the HDD, which is like miles ahead. It's a difference. It's a big difference. If you want to get a 200 gigabyte hard drive, that's you. If you want to get an 80 gig version of this, that's you. 80 gig costs about what, 40 quid? 200 or 250 costs like 140 quid, but that's all up to you. I just subtotaled it all the way to £644 and 36 pence. Right, I think I summed it up pretty well about all this stuff. And see you guys next time. Not next time, but whenever I make the next episodes. So goodbye, yeah.